We encountered some very severe volcanic activity, sir.
Who are all these people?
We don't really know, sir. They were all dead and dying around the gate. The air was highly toxic.
And hot.
You better have Dr. Fraser take a look at you. We'll debrief as soon as you're ready.
Yes, sir.
You evacuated 10 people from an alien planet, Colonel. Dr. Fraser says they're all human and it looks like they're going to live. This was one hell of a rescue operation.
Thank you, sir.
There were no buildings in the area of any kind?
No, sir. We don't know how far they walked, but it looked like they were trying to make it back to the Stargate.
What do we know about these devices they were wearing?
Well, they all emit low levels of radiation, indicating an operative energy source, but there is no circuitry, moving parts, or chips. We've never seen anything like it.
I thought at first that they were from a parallel culture, but it looks like they might be way ahead of us.
We've determined humans on other planets originated here on Earth, right?
Yes.
Then given our present state of technology, could they be ahead of it?
Yes. We'd be colonizing space right now if it hadn't been for the Dark Ages. There was a period of over 800 years where science was heresy and anathema. Maybe they didn't have that setback.
General Hammond, the spokesman for the rescued people is awake. He'd like to speak with you. All of you.
Who are you?
I'm Major General Hammond. This is Colonel O'Neill.
Jack.
Samantha Carter.
Daniel Jackson.
What is this place?
You're on a planet called Earth. These people saved you.
Nothing could be further from the truth.
Well, unless I missed something, you're better off here than you were there.
There was a rescue transport on the way.
Well, half your people were already dead. I don't think we would have gotten there in time.
Perhaps that's more of a problem for you than it was for us.
Beg your pardon?
I find it unbelievable. Anyone so primitive could have deciphered the gate system.
Did you say primitive?
动的鱼可以过海关吗？
好查才知道。
可以帮我查一下。真空袋装中的肉类都一律禁止。
怎样？你要干嘛？你要干嘛？
然后送给我在香港的那个同事。生肉，可是那个青鱼，还是
可以寄吧？应该可以寄啊。那你要几袋啊？
我应该说，到入境台湾不行，是应该从入境香港。
那你又没有要去香港？
那他回台湾啊？
哦。
他回台湾的话，我就交给他了。
叫他在台湾吃就好了。要来一下这样啊。就不要啊，换一个。可以给他吃这个猪仔包啊。哦。
for joining us. And let us begin with our first and only story, the 2016 election. Or, as you may know it, I thought I wanted it to be over, but now that it's over, I wish it was still going on, because it turns out the ending is even worse, 2016. The results on Tuesday were a little different than what just over half the voters wanted. Instead of showing our daughters that they could someday be president, America proved that no grandpa is too racist to become leader of the free world. Look, Papa, someday that could be you. Now, if you're like me, the implications of this have been hitting you in waves. 1 minute you're numb, and the next minute you realise that Donald Trump, this man, will soon have access to the nuclear codes. And then maybe you get distracted by daily life until it hits you again. Oh, our future president was supported by a former Grand Wizard of the Klan, and 60 million people voted for him despite that. And then maybe you finally manage to get some sleep, but then you wake up realising, oh shit, the Supreme Court. Because remember Merrick Garland, who the Republicans have refused to confirm all year?
Donald Trump will fill that seat, and maybe more. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is in her 80s. Anthony Kennedy is over 80, and there are other justices who've bandied about the idea of retiring. Bottom line, Donald Trump is going to shape the Supreme Court for decades to come.
Wave after wave of nausea all week. I woke up on Thursday feeling fractionally better, but then I turned on the TV and saw Trump in the Oval Office with President Obama. And just look at the president's face there. He cannot believe what he's looking at either. In fact, just listen to the actual audio in that room. And then you remember, Trump's going to be in charge of the military, and leaders there do not know what to expect.
They have seen Donald Trump's statements on the campaign trail, talking about waterboarding, talking about bombing with little regard to civilian casualties, talking about taking the oil in Iraq. All of these things potentially very serious violations of international law, violations of the Geneva Convention.
Yes, our president-elect has at various times said he'd bomb civilians, loot oil and waterboard. Donald Trump will be president. And respecting democracy means accepting that, although there is one sentiment that I would argue takes that a little too far.
The man hasn't even been a president for a day yet, all right? Let's give him a chance to be the president.
Give Donald Trump a chance.
We now have to give him a chance and see how he's going to govern.
The American people should give him a chance to govern, because if he succeeds, we succeed.
Now, in the broadest sense, I get that impulse. Hope for the best in the face of very long odds. It's like we're on a plane and we just found out our pilot is a wombat. I don't like this, I don't understand how it happened, and I'm pretty sure we're headed for disaster, but what the hell? Come on, Batty, prove me wrong! And the thing is, optimism is nice if you can swing it, but you've got to be careful, because it can feed into the normalization of Donald Trump, and he is not normal. He is abnormal. He's a human, what is wrong with this picture? He sticks out like a sore thumb, and frankly, he even looks like a sore thumb. So giving him a chance, in the sense of not speaking out immediately against policies that he's proposed, is dangerous, because some of them are alarming.
Just some of Trump's promises: repeal and replace Obamacare, build a wall along the southern border with Mexico and get Mexico to pay for said wall, deport all 11 to 12 million undocumented immigrants in this country, including children, appoint a special prosecutor to investigate and potentially jail Hillary Clinton, temporarily ban Muslims and immigrants from terror-prone nations from coming into the United States.
Okay, stop, just stop. Because it sounds like you're reading the to-do list on Satan's refrigerator. Which, of course, Satan no longer needs now that hell has frozen over. And while some are arguing that Trump might not have meant all those things, that leaves us with two devastating options. Either we just elected a president who didn't mean a single word he said, or we elected one who did. And it's impossible to know which one. Earlier tonight, he did his first major post-election interview, and he was asked about Obamacare, which, remember, he had labelled a disaster.
When you replace it, are you going to make sure that people with preconditions are still covered?
Yes, because it happens to be one of the strongest assets.
You're going to keep that?
Also, with the children living with their parents for an extended period, we're going to...
You're going to keep that?
Very much try and keep that.
Oh, OK. So get ready for a barely changed version of Obamacare called Trumpcare. which sounds like a healthcare plan where doctors feel your breasts for lumps whether you ask them to or not. But by the way, don't get complacent that he is going to keep those aspects of Obamacare. He might change his mind on that again. We have to take all of Trump's promises seriously, and the truth is, they were not all universally bad. For instance, he ran on a promise to drain the swamp, cracking down on corruption and ending the reign of Washington insiders, which sounds great. So let's try and be positive for a moment. What are the early signs on that?
Some of the potential cabinet members that are being reported by CNN that are under consideration: Rudy Giuliani, Newt Gingrich, Chris Christie, Reince Priebus.
Right, so that's the longtime head of the RNC, a former speaker who entered Congress in 1979, a former mayor turned professional arsehole, and a man whose name is more synonymous with scandal than Shonda fucking Rhimes. That is so swampy, you're going to need to swap out Air Force One for one of those shallow-bottom boats with a big fan on the back. And the thing is, it actually makes sense for Trump to appoint people with significant experience in government. Until a few days ago, the highest office he'd ever held was on the 26th floor of a shitty building on Fifth Avenue. But some of the people he's bringing in are horrifying. His transition team includes people like Ken Blackwell, who has argued that homosexuality is a choice. And he's named Myron Ebell to lead his EPA transition team, making him a front-runner for administrator, despite this.
The whole case for global warming, I believe, is silly, and I believe the vast majority of scientists think it's silly. And therefore, I'm a little bit embarrassed that I waste my time on a silly issue.
OK, well, just first of all, the vast majority of scientists believe humans are contributing to climate change. And secondly, this man does not have a science degree. He wouldn't even be qualified to head the agency of baking soda volcanoes. So how the fuck did we get here? Well, clearly, there are many possible answers to that question, including misleading forecasts that bred complacency, a flawed candidate who failed to appeal to white, rural and working-class voters, and this is worth repeating, deep racism and/or indifference to it. And for those, including us, who were shocked by Tuesday, we're going to be examining all of this for years. But for tonight, let's look at just one narrow element that may have helped bring us here, because it will be important going forward, and that is our media. Specifically, how a system that is supposed to catch a serial liar failed. And I'm not just referring to mainstream TV news, although some did wait far too long to take Trump seriously, giving him billions of dollars worth of free media. CNN, for instance, sometimes ran his speeches almost in their entirety. And their president, Jeff Zucker, now admits that might not have been such a great idea. That is not to say that there wasn't some great coverage of Trump in this election from outlets like the Washington Post and the New York Times. Even CNN eventually pivoted and began correcting Trump in lower third graphics, such as Trump, I never said Japan should have nukes, parentheses, he did. And that is good journalism. If I gave a speech saying I'm the sexiest man alive, it would be fair to tag that with parentheses, look at him. Now, that's a mean joke to laugh at. There is nothing inherently wrong with media that has a viewpoint. This show has a viewpoint. We fact-check everything we say, but I don't pretend to be neutral on things like criminal justice reform, I'm for it, Coldplay, I'm against it, or DeWalt's ladders. They're a seamless blend of style and performance. Walking up one is like ascending to heaven on a golden cloud. I'm not being paid to say that, I'm just a fan. But a healthy media diet has to be broader than that. And unfortunately, the way that many of us consume news now is micro-targeted.
The majority of Americans, 62%, say they get their news from social media. According to Pew Research, 44% of all adults say they get news specifically from Facebook.
That's true. News is now one of the 3 things that we get from social media, the other 2 being our entire sense of self-worth and pictures of shaved alpacas. And fake facts circulate on social media to a frightening extent. You may have seen this quote from Donald Trump online about Republicans being dumb. He never said that. It's not true. Just as it's not true that the Pope endorsed Trump. Because of course he didn't. But that story was shared almost 1 million times, which is absurd.
Over 2 weeks, 38% of news on some Republican-leaning Facebook pages was partly or completely false, compared to 19% of news shared on some Democrat-leaning Facebook pages.
Yeah, and before you say, well, Republicans are twice as bad, 19% is still terrible. And it is not news that there is misinformation on Facebook. Just look at the relationship status, it's complicated. The accurate version of that will clearly be, in 3 weeks I'll be single, but I can't admit it yet. But these sites can warp your views pretty fast. Your newsfeed may have been full of the Times and the Post stories about Donald Trump's actual scandals, but many Americans logged onto Facebook every day and saw shit like this. And this cesspool of nonsense would be a problem anyway, were it not for the fact that one of the people enthralled to it is our future president. Back in March, he claimed that a man who had rushed the stage at one of his rallies had ties to ISIS, something that had circulated online and had been found to be untrue. And when that was pointed out to him, this was his response.
There's no ties to ISIS for this man, no law enforcement official, and this video that you linked to appears to be a hoax.
What do I know about it? All I know is what's on the internet.
Okay, here's the thing. Being on the internet is not a high bar for accuracy. If I edited Wikipedia to say that Diane Weist's real name is Diane Frosted Mini Weist, our next president would believe that to be true. In fact, during the campaign, Trump routinely used his platform to share wildly incorrect information, and even fellow conservatives tried to point out how irresponsible this was.
You tweeted out that whites killed by blacks, these were statistics you picked up from somewhere, at a rate of 81%. And that's totally wrong. Whites killed by blacks is 15%.
Hey, Bill, am I going to check every statistic? I've got millions and millions of people.
You got it. You're a presidential contender. You got to check it.
Millions of people. You know what? Fine. But this came out of radio shows and everything else.
Okay. I got it from radio is maybe the weirdest nonsense explanation I've ever heard. It's like if someone said, this sandwich tastes weird, and you said, but I found it in a hole. If there's something wrong with it, then what was it doing sitting in a hole? And that is the evil genius at work here. Weird conspiracy bullshit has always been bubbling under the surface, but Trump was the first major candidate to harness and fully legitimize it. And it's obvious in hindsight. He came along and told millions of people every crazy email you've ever forwarded was true. And that, at least in part, is why he will be our next president. And to their credit, some Republican lawmakers were calling him out on this during the campaign.
I'm going to tell you what I really think of Donald Trump. This man is a pathological liar. He doesn't know the difference between truth and lies.
What the fuck do we do now? And for the record, the answer is not move to Canada. Literally the only excuse to ever migrate to Canada is if you were born there originally, it's springtime, and you are a goose. That's it. That is it. No, instead, we're going to need to stay here and fight. And not just politically in 4 years when he's up for re-election, but constantly monitoring legislation as it moves through Congress and fucking voting when your legislators come up for re-election in 2 years. But that is still below the barest minimum of what is going to be needed, because for the last 8 years, we've had a president we could assume would generally stand up for the rights of all Americans. But that is going to change now. So we're going to have to actively stand up for one another. And it can't be just sounding off on the internet or sharing think pieces or videos like this one that echo around your bubble. I'm talking about actual sacrifice to support people who are now under threat. So, if you can afford the time or money, support organisations that are going to need help under a Trump administration. For instance, if you're concerned about women's health, donate to Planned Parenthood or the Centre for Reproductive Rights, who supported Trump you can give money in their name. So consider your holiday shopping this year done. Happy holidays, Nana. The Trevor Project thanks you. And there's one more group that I would single out for help here, and that is the press. Because as we've seen, Trump is a masterful denier of both reality and responsibility. He's a man who would kick you in the nuts and then tell you that your penis did it. So the press is going to face challenges, not just because Trump's chief strategist is Steve Bannon of Breitbart News, but also because of yet another promise that Trump made.
If I become president, oh, do they have problems. They're going to have such problems. I'm going to open up our libel laws so when they write purposely negative and horrible and false articles, we can sue them and win lots of money. We're going to open up those libel laws.
Okay. Well, first, there is no federal libel law for Trump to open up. And as many supposed recipients of Trump's charitable gifts might tell you, you can't open something up if it doesn't exist. But that attitude of punishing the press is genuinely worrisome now that he is going to be president. So instead of sharing partisan memes you found on republicgoofs.redneck and democrappy.cuck, you need to support actual journalism by buying a subscription to outlets like The Times, or The Post, or your local newspaper, or donating to groups like ProPublica, a non-profit which does great investigative journalism. The point is, if we don't get actively involved to at least mitigate Trump's damage, things will not be okay. And yes, the sun will rise each day, but the continuing rotation of the Earth should not be your baseline expectation of American society. And I just need to ask you one more thing. It is going to be too easy for things to start feeling normal, especially if you are someone who is not directly impacted by his actions. So keep reminding yourself, this is not normal. Write it on a post-it note and stick it on your refrigerator.
This is Coach Karan Godwin. I want to introduce to you the new ball hog gloves.
Really calm.
It's like right now. It's like wow. It's like
Giddy up.
wow. Anthony steps into three. Pucks it in. Porzingis power. APIM. Rose on a pull-up. Jumpers up. It's good. An exhilarating victory here at Madison Square Garden. That's 5 straight wins on their home floor. Oh, wow. It's like right now. It's your life. So they call a foul on Zeller. My mistake. Anthony has it. 5 to shoot. Anthony falling away. Puts it up and in. His first shot of the night.
Yeah, Williams 6'9", Melo's 6'8".
The associate head coach, Anthony, dribbles and hits a three. Anthony has hit his first 2 shots from the field. The Knicks lead by 4. Anthony steps back and hits another three, his second three-pointer. There are 7 teams that take 33s a game, and a reach-in called on Walker.
The last game that they lost, they had 2 consecutive inbounds problems, and it cost them the game.
That was Wednesday against San Antonio as Anthony, what a terrific first quarter he's had. 12 points over Bellinelli. Again, Carmelo Anthony, red hot to start. 14 first quarter points. Sessions stays in front of him. Rose kicks it out. Hernangomez out to Holiday. Holiday puts up the shot. Won't go. Hernangomez tip misses. Rebound out to Anthony. Anthony pull-up jumper. It's good at the buzzer. Capping off a sensational opening quarter for Anthony. 16 points in. The Knicks lead by 2.
Well, we talked about the Knicks and their offensive rebounding. Watch right here, the second opportunity for Melo.
Left wide open. And Carmelo Anthony gets his... Anthony. Williams tries to fight through the screen. No! On the slam. On a beautiful pass from Carmelo Anthony.
The oldest play in basketball.
Drives on Kaminsky to spin. Goes inside. Beautiful move. And the foul. And the Knicks cut it to 8. Chance for a 3-point play.
Remember, Williams left the game. He had been the guy guarding Melo.
Kuzminski gets the offensive rebound. Back out Anthony for 3. It's good. Timeout Charlotte, 9-0 run, and the Knicks back within 4.
Melo erupted in a nick of time. So Melo showed some fatigue at the halftime.
Offensive nights, the Knicks have needed that from Carmelo Anthony, and he's got 27. Hernangomez inside, spins against Zeller, left-handed, lays it up and in.
Nice wheeling and dealing by Hernan Gomez. I can't believe they're not doubling Melo.
Anthony nails it. 29.
Isolated.
Anthony finds Hernan Gomez. Tie game. Carmelo Anthony with a beautiful bounce pass. His third.
There's the same play they ran before.
Inside, Hernan Gomez throws it down. Carmelo Anthony threads the needle again.
A little deja.
He was 32 against the Knicks when he was with the Spurs. Anthony, pull-up jumper, got it. Back and forth they go. Big buckets after big buckets.
And the long arm of the law was there to deny him.
Anthony catch and shoot. It's good. Knicks up 4. Kemba Walker drives the lane. Blocked by Anthony. Walker still down. Looking. Finds Porzingis. Corner 3. Bang! Two-point lead with Anthony backs in, turns, puts it up, puts it in with 3 seconds remaining. Timeout, Charlotte. Bedlam here in Madison Square Garden.
And this offensive extravaganza continues. Both teams, they're not asking any quarter, they're not giving any. The crowd has been well entertained tonight. And the Melo having his best game of the season in rebounding and scoring. So watch this, he's going to be doubled right there about 16 feet away. There's the double team on him. But Melo would not be denied with the swish.
Walker comes free. Walker in the corner. Blocked by Rose. Tipped, and the Knicks win. Knicks with a thriller here at the Garden. They're 6 straight at home.
The Hornets seemed discombobulated that time. That didn't look like the play that they drew up. So Walker, not the guy you want to try to take the 3 ball from the corner.
Carmelo Anthony.
Thanks, Mike. Well, massive night for you to Carmelo, but MKD on you. You knew the double team was also coming in on that game-winning shot there. Walk me through your thought process on taking that last shot.
I just took my time. In regulation, I felt like I had a good look at the basket. The play before that, when I hit KP on the 3, they double-teamed me, and I just want to take my time, get to my spot, and just get a look at the basket.
This is your first overtime game of the season. How is the approach different when you have so many guys who can come up with big plays down the stretch as we saw tonight?
I thought in overtime we was a little bit more patient.
Devin Booker will always get good looks. Look out! The high. Devin Booker will always get good looks. Look out! The high-flying, dazzling Zach LaVine, the 2-time slam dunk champion of Phoenix Sun. But Alex, you just got posterized there. I mean, you got to give it where it's due. I mean, you can't sugarcoat it. You can't hide it. And Alex will watch the.
Zach LaVine, whoa, just climbed the ladder on Alex Len, and then Rubio taking
Of Phoenix Sun, but Alex, you just got posterized there. I mean, you got to give it where it's due. I mean, you can't sugarcoat it, you can't hide it. And Alex will watch the.
From the brand new Golden One Center in downtown Sacramento, Root Sports presents Houston Rockets basketball. As tonight, the 9-6 Rockets look for a bounce back against the 6-9 Sacramento Kings in the opener of a long roadie out west. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our coverage of Rockets basketball right here on Root Sports, along with Matt Moore. Ariza trailing the play. Bottom. That's 4 of those for Trevor Ariza. The Rockets, by the way, there have been 16. Been a little bit slow at times. And Decker buries another. Brewer straight away. The knuckler. Nothing but nylon for Corey Brewer. 3. 5 of them now here in the first half. Anderson's first points of the game back home. Might be time for Harden to get it going. Finds Harrell.
If James is, all he needs to do is that right there. Just make the game easy for his teammates.
Leading 3 for Harden. There's his first made field goal after starting 0 of 5. Rebound number 7 for the Beard. Gets it back for Beverly. Will they give him the N1? They do.
That's a tremendous fast break. You can see James and Ryan have a little conversation on what they want, but Pat stopped right at the three-point line and let James catch up.
Anderson can't get it off, pressured by Temple. Finds Harden with a shot clock winding down. Wrap around the nave.
What a pass. Oh my goodness, that is so good with the shot clock running down and get a dunk. Amazed.
Experience of his professional career. Gordon down the baseline, took it strong to the hole there. And free throws coming up for the Beard. One-on-one. The crossover. Get in there, yes.
I like James having the ball on the post in this situation. Since they're doubling that high pick and roll and the Rockets are struggling with that, give the ball to James in the mid-post. Look at all that space he has to operate.
Ariza comes up with it. Harden pulls up for 3. Got it! How about that? 5 quick ones for the Rockets, and the Kings are forced to call a timeout. Raises up, buries it.
That was huge.
21 now for James Harden, 15 of which have come Rockets all by themselves, and Clint Capella with the dunk. Rockets got to get back. They quickly outlet the ball to Caspi. And it puts the Kings away. There's his triple-double, 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists for
Hire a skywriter once a month. Tattoo it on your arse. Because a clan-backed misogynist internet troll is going to be delivering the next State of the Union address. And that is not normal, it is fucked up. And the only thing that gives me 1 degree of comfort is that I think part of Trump might be realizing that now too. Just look at his face after meeting with Paul Ryan and getting a glimpse of what this job actually entails. Here is the genuine audio from that moment. I feel the same.
Let's face it, 2016 has been one calamity after another. And while it will be remembered for the giant calamity we all just witnessed, we shouldn't lose sight of the other multiple ways this has been a shitty year.
If we could erase 2016 off the calendar, it'd be perfectly good with me.
Pretty rotten year. I think most people would admit that.
It totally blew. It was awful.
This world is feeling scarier. It's feeling a little colder.
For EU, it was a really crappy year.
The whole Brexit was kind of a mess.
Just a lot of hatred to a lot of groups. I think that's been the staple of this year.
Syrian refugee crisis, pretty terrible.
Lots of sexism being very blatant.
Fuck you, 2016. Fuck you. That's our show. Thanks so much for watching. Let's all try harder next year. Good night.
目覚めてからの13日が世界の終わりの始まりだった。
本気か？
黙ってろ。
頼るからな。大丈夫か？ルシじゃねえかもな。どうにかなるもんで。みんな戦うとよ。
足手まといだ。よこせ。
おい冗談じゃないぜ。たまったもんじゃねえな。どうするんだ。
そこで見てろ。
やってみやがれ。
来るぞ。
勘弁してよ。そりゃそりゃそりゃあやったな。軍人さんなら市民を守れよ。あんた政府の軍人だろ。なんでパージに歯向かってるか、そこんとこを聞かせて。おい待てよおい。父ちゃん、孤軍奮闘だ。え、あらら、道ないじゃん。あったくここ降りんのかよ。ああ、よっ、あ、こんなとこ進めんのか。ありさ。
あみんな、こうして会ったのもなんかの縁だろ。自己紹介しねえか。俺はスノービリアス。お前は？
ホープ・エストハイム。
お姉さんは？
ボーダム治安連隊所属、通称ライトニング。名字はファロン。名前は知らねえ。
バニラ。
サズカツロイ。やりきれねえな、ガキを巻き込んじまうなんてよ。
ガキどもは俺が守れよ。
俺から見りゃお前もガキさ。パルスのファルシに手出したのがケチのつき始めたな。政府に任せときゃよかったか。生まれた時から食い物も水も全部政府のファルシに頼ってきたんだしな。
それでもあんたは戦った。あるんだろ、守りたいものが。
あったかもな。今頃はよ。
アジの生き残りを借りに来たらしいな。俺に任せな。片付けてやるよ。
私も結構いけるでしょ。
お疲れさん。
てきたんだ。他にもいろいろありそうだね。
セラ
セラセラすぐ出してやる。
手伝うよ。
ハリー。よし。
さよならだ。
姉さん、セラを置いてくのかよ。
サイコムが借りに来る。見つかれば全員くたばる。それでセラが喜ぶのか。お前にセラの気持ちがわかるか。
置いてったらわからないままだ。大丈夫だ。敵が来たら俺がみんなを守る。誰も死なせない。この世界を守ってセラも守る。
守れなかっただろうが。
だから助かるんだ。
今さら何ができる。
何でもだ。
どいつもこいつも。素直じゃねえな。置いていきたくねえくせによ。おあおいおいおいおいおいおい。
俺が守るんだ。
認められるか。
待ってくれ。
気持ちはわかるがよ。この調子じゃ何時間かかっても掘り出せねえぞ。軍隊も来るだろうし、今は逃げてようやな。
嫁さん残して俺だけ生き延びたって。
使命はどうした？俺たちは世界を守るルシだから使命を果たす。自分で言って忘れたのか？もう投げ出してここで死ぬのか？お前は口先だけなんだ。
俺は絶対に諦めない。使命も果たすし、セラも守る。約束する。
守ってみせろ。
生き延びてくれ。
お前もな。
じゃあな。
あんたが。
話があるなら今度聞くよ。置いてかれるぞ。行けよ、オーブ。姉さんが守ってくれる。また会おうぜ。
はい、必ず。
すぐ助けるからな。
置いてきちゃって本当にいいの？
俺たちにできることはせいぜい無事を祈るぐらいだ。 揺らすなよ。絶対揺らすなよ。
もうちょっと揺れると面白いのにね。しょ。
ほら揺らすなって言ってるだろうが。
下を見るから怖いんだよ。目をつぶっちゃえば。あいつに言わなかったね。言いたいことは言わないと辛いよ。
だって辛いですよ。でも今度会ったら母さんのこと思い知らせてやります。
使えそうだな。 認められるか。足手まといになるなよ。
見ろよ、政府の軍艦がお出ましだぜ。こんな船まで引っ張り出すのは運も必死だな。 パージの生き残りを捜索中か。
みんな逃げられたのかな。
だといいが、ここを抜けても逃げ場はねえしな。ファルシの近所に住んでただけでパルスに染まった害虫扱いだ。
本当にパルスが憎いんだね。
違うな。怖いんだ。数千万の国軍市民がみんなパルスを恐れてる。パルスの奴らを一人残らず始末しねえと夜も眠れねえってことな。
でもあの町の人をみんなパージなんて。
ああ、おかしいな。なのに政府のファルシはパージを止めなかった。これまでは政府の人間が判断を間違え、ファルシエデンが修正したんだ。人間には愛想が尽きたから勝手に殺し合えってことかね。
ルシは人間じゃないです。
ちょっとあんた。呪われても生きてるよ。
包囲して生き残りを封じ込める気だ。包囲の輪が閉じる前に脱出する。
また乗れたら楽なんだが、もう動きそうにねえな。 ものに乗ってたら目立って仕方ねえか。どこまで登れってんだ。もう限界だぜ。まだ登るのか。おっさんにはきついぜ。主になってもおっさんはおっさんかよ。年を思い知らされる。
行くよ。
クリスタルになるっつうのはどんな気分なんだろうな。
使命を果たすの？
肝心の使命がわからんしな。どうせろくでもないことだろうが。
セラは何か言ってた？自分の使命のこと。
何も。
心配させたくなかったんだよ。
それとも信頼されていなかったかな。
やる気をするんだよ。 あるんだな。わかった。
感じだね。足手まといになるなよ。
This